Okay, my new pea beds are coming along just fine. Nice day in Africa though. 2 more days of winter and then spring will be here. And what I'm currently busy doing is the pruning shears, is these lima beans, just running them up, training them up, and cleaning out the bottoms. I don't want to harvest you in my knees every time I come here, so I take out all the suckers that come up in the centers and I let it grow up to the top. If you look down here, there's a couple of them that are nice and high already. The bed this side, and this is the interesting part, this side on the other side, there's a handful of them that's reached the top already. So when they reach the top, I leave the suckers to continue. Then they can push out and grab a hold of the ropes next to them and so forth. Then they will form a nice wall, a solid wall, and then it's easy to harvest. Last year I planted 2 rows next to each other and that was chaos. So this year I'm putting one single tight grouping down the middle, and then it should work much easier. This particular bed here, I made seedlings, all right, when in the middle of the winter. And that bed, towards the end of the winter, I just stuck some lima bean seeds into the soil and I planted these seedlings out, and the seedlings are not performing close to what these beans are doing by themselves if you just stick them in the ground and let them go. Beans are easy. I mean, it's something I'm learning. My environment here, it's very beans are very happy here. I don't think it's a high value product. The peas though, I look at what the peas are going for in the shops and I'm thinking to myself, wow, I've got a couple of beds of peas in, so I'm hoping to keep the till ticking over with peas packaged nicely, and then just keep them going, so that's what I'm aiming for, hoping for. And today's been a good day because it's such a cool day, Monday. Earlier today we moved the compost heap down at the bottom. Let me take you there. Okay, down there I had my kitchen waste and waste from the beds that I collected over the last couple of months. Piling up here old chicken bedding that came in here, and I took about 30, maybe 40 wheelbarrows worth of compost out here this morning, me and the boys, and we moved it onto the side of the fence over here. During the winter I was digging out cat's claws here, and so there was a bit of a trench, so I've thrown all of that in there and I'm just going to let that be. And then this area here where we removed them is now ready for the next compost that we can start collecting over here. I've turned basically this compost heap now, but I'm not going to turn it again. I'm just going to let it lie there, and by the end of the winter it should be fine. I should have 30 wheelbarrows worth of compost, and to top up a bed takes about 3 or 4 wheelbarrows, so I'll be able to do about 10 beds just to top them up with this compost, which would be a good thing. I'm not going to be adding anything to it now, so it's just going to stay as is, and that material will break down. There is a lot of worm activity in the soil here automatically. I didn't put anything underneath it. I'm not going to put anything over the top of it. I'm just going to let nature take care of it naturally, and then I'll just when I start fixing up the beds during the winter, I'll start using that material. I should have this material then should be also full up here again, and I want to that area here, I actually want to put a new hothouse down here for next winter. And then at the bottom there, I don't know if you can make it out, I want to start bringing in horse manure, and I would love to, I think I need about 25 cubic meters, maybe 30 cubic meters of horse manure. If I can just drop it off there and just let it sit there until the end of the winter, next winter, obviously, a year's time from now. And then I'll have plenty of compost and healthy compost. I see now the difference between those new beds on the other side there that I made my own compost with horse manure and bedding and marigolds and so forth. And the way those plants are growing, it's phenomenal comparing to the old beds from last year that I put in here with the compost that I purchased. It is a day and night difference. I see the other guys that do YouTube videos, Europe, America, all those places, and they're all complaining about the same thing. They can't find proper compost. And I was hoping in this particular area of the Lowveld of South Africa that we will have proper compost here, because we have so much waste, plant waste in this area through farming and forestry and so forth. But unfortunately, no, it isn't. It's the same issue that the guys have everywhere else in the world. So if I can tell anybody any advice, it is make your own compost and make lots of it. Lots. Focus on making compost. The first year, that's all you do, is you make cubic meters of compost. And then when you've got good compost, you just start off on a better foot, I mean, look at that bed. It's fantastic. That's new compost. Look at these beds here. Old compost. No good compost. Bought compost. Lazy compost. Didn't want to make my own compost. Didn't want to spend 6 months to a year to make my own compost. So, and now I've got to fix it, go back and do it again, So, isn't that just how life is? When we try and buy our way out of a thing, it just causes double the work, and more effort. All right, blessings. Have fun. I'll chat to you in the next one.